All right. We're still working with the deferred revenue errors. As a review, if the advance payment was recorded as revenue, then the adjusting entry should be to debit revenue and to credit unearned revenue. The error, if you fail to record the adjusting journal entry, you would simply do what you should have done in the first place, and that's debit revenue and credit unearned revenue for the amount that will carry forward to the next period as a liability. As far as if the error was too much revenue that was recognized, then the correction should be to take and debit revenue, credit unearned revenue, so that you have reduced the amount of revenue that's been recognized. The error is too little revenue recognized, where you have too much deferred, then you're going to need to take and debit unearned revenue and credit revenue. All right, looking here on September 1st, the lease company received $6,000 in advance for a 12-month equipment rental and credited revenue. So if we're looking at this, again, it's running from September 1 to the following September 1. So it's going to overlap 2 calendar years. From September 1 through December 31st, we're looking at 4 months. Also, if you take the $6,000 and divide by 12 months, that amounts to $500 per month. So the year-end adjusting journal entry should be a debit to revenue of $4,000 and a credit to unearned revenue of $4,000, because that's where you're taking, and in the next year, the following calendar year, that you will have 8 months left out of a total of 12. So 8 months times 500 is $4,000. And we're setting that up by taking it out of revenue. It has not been earned yet. And we're crediting it to unearned revenue, which is a liability that will still be there showing on the balance sheet. Now, to correct the error if LeaseCo failed to record an adjusting journal entry, well, we simply would need to review all the accounts, the adjusting entries, and we would debit revenue for the $4,000 and credit unearned revenue for $4,000. If $4,500 of revenue was deferred, then we would need to, that's where we had revenue of $4,500 would be debited, credit unearned revenue of $4,500. Well, the correcting entry now would be to take and remove the $500 out of revenue because too much was recorded. So we would credit revenue $500, debit unearned revenue $500. If $1,800 of revenue was deferred, then there would be a debit to revenue of $1,500, a credit to unearned revenue of $1,500, and the correcting entry would be to debit revenue of $2,500 to get it to be where we need that $4,000 removed, and we would credit unearned revenue for $2,500, making a total there in unearned revenue of $4,000. By the way, there is a typographical error here. That deferred $1,800 is incorrect. That should be the $1,500.